fearless. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerging victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears is glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh deal with the hands. Thought they could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash.
It's time for the NFL playoffs on EA Sports, and we are in a city that sure had its share of memorable playoff games in the past, Pittsburgh, PA, and Heinz Field. Today we continue on in Wild Card Weekend with a great AFC matchup between the Denver Broncos and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game.
Let's go, let's go! On the ready. 51. Here we go. Check nine.
First carry for Peyton Barber. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. First down, they go with Barber again. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Jones has it. Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
50, Mike 50. Here we go. Rush in.
A carry for Barber. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
On the set.
Barber on 1st and 10. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now a give, right side. Hurd. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Now an inside draw. This is their fullback. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. Not a touchdown, obviously, but playoffs, you're on the road. At least you put something on the board.
I would agree with that totally. You're not exactly sending a message to the opposition, but you are letting them know that you came to play.
Following the made field goal for 3, Hopkins now to kick it off. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Got 4 down. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Go.
McCaffrey. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
Leads to 3rd and 11.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 4th down, Matt Hawk is on to punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air.
Let's go.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. A first down run, not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there, so that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
70, Indy. Pick it up. Hey, box truck.
Here's Locke to throw. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And this will be covered up. Pretty good result. It'll be down at the 14-yard line.
At their own 14-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play.
And that's caught inside the 35. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster taking it in. And the Steelers have taken the lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post run?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll try the left side. Hurd. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Check back 50. Check back, check back. Check 3, check 4.
On 3rd down. Gates, and he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Right back to him on 1st down. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a quick pass to Richardson. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They'll run on 1st down. Hurd. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
No. Spons, go.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
Set, ready? 90, wolf. Hey, team 6. Get it.
Now to the air. Lock. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
We always hear from coaches how much they like to run crossing routes because they want to hit their receivers on the go, get them the ball, and keep them moving. How about when you hit a tight end that way? Okay, the receivers are going to run past you most of the time. The tight end, they can do their damage a different way, break a few tackles and really scatter some people, can't they?
And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. A nice 1st down pickup on a gain of 6. On 1st down, Hurd. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll try the left side. Gates, and he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Go.
They'll try the left side. Hurd. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos have retaken the lead. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead is now 10-7. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drives exactly.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The D-tackle Sheldon Richardson came barreling in for the sack. To try again after the sack. Allen. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Darryl Worley. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. 1:53 remaining in this first half of play. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Switch. Shit. 80 weapon. Alert 3. Watch twist. Now.
They'll try the left side. Gates. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front and then maybe a guard can slide up to the 2nd level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. And Hopkins' kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Let's go. At their own 30-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play?
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker, and he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. An opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On 2nd and 2, Lock. Complete. Richardson has it. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll try the left side. Hurt. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Hopkins' kick is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Following the made field goal for 3, Hopkins now to kick it off. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. This will be taken in at the 1. In for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. That'll go down as a 99-yard kick return as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Extra point up and good by Succa. And the lead is down to 2. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Locke. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He can run for it, and he will. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that first down. Now, I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, been working on it for a little bit. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Come on. Check.
Now a give, right side. Hurd. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Hey, Charlie.
Throwing his lock on third down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The linebacker, Jordan Hicks, flying in there for the sack. And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. With it is Brown. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. On first down, Allen. He'll let this go for the end zone. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on second down.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Alert! Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27. Yeah, that's not new.
And here's Allen throwing again. Man open, that's Kiki QT complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Now Allen. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he'll go down at the 28. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now a toss. This is McCaffrey. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Single. Hey, 17 George, watch 17. Hey, orbit. Tight end right. 56. What's up?
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Check that. Mike 91. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Kill. Hey, turn it up.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Raheem Mostert, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers have once again taken the lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
60 Pittsburgh. Got to do better.
Now a give, right side. Hurd. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Mike 51, Mike 51. What's the curl?
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Solomon Thomas drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. Now Brown. One quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down. Hey, watch it, watch it. 36, 36. Here we go.
Allen now on 1st down. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. And officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. Here's McCaffrey. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
This is Mostert. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. McCaffrey on the counter. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, it doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Gerald Everett there to make the grab. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Extra point put through by Succop, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Here's Locke. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Locke to throw for it on fourth. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on fourth. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position.
Keep tight end. Keep tight end. Everyone's got four. Alert, alert, alert.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 17, 30, the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first down, and the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Boy, tight game like this, fourth quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high, the tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
Here we go. Check your motion. Check the call. Check the call.
McCaffrey following the penalty. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So here we go, Charles, third down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
And indeed, they will keep it on the ground. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
3 down, 3 down. Check motion, 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 motion. Check 3, check 3.
They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And he he's going to get this inside the 30. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on fourth. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. And the knee is taken for the Steelers out of the victory formation. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. And they take a knee. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Their season ends here. A tough way to go out.
And the goal was to not just get to the wild card game, which they did, but to win it. And so now, how negative do you look at that? They got there, had an opportunity, and for some teams, they have to lose games like this before they learn how to win them in later seasons.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers are winners as we say so long from Heinz Field.
Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game